You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? All right.
All right, there we go. Alrighty.
So you play a part of the audio drama series. That's you did the Blu-ray shit.
Yeah, I voiced Billy Cranston.
So I have a question. Is that your favorite? Is that your favorite Power Ranger, or do you have a favorite one?
Billy's become my favorite, but honestly, Tommy's always been my favorite, pretty much.
Yeah. So you did a total of 33 episodes for that.
What was that?
How many episodes do you do for that? For that?
Oh my gosh. So we just released season 3, episode 10. So I imagine it's at least I have to do math. I think there's at least like 12, 13 episodes a season.
Yeah.
So that's like what, at least 30, 40 episodes, something like that. I mean, it's been a while, but
Yeah.
I've been in pretty much every episode. So
Do you still watch the show Power Rangers? Do you watch the actual show?
yeah, I watch the show on occasion. I mean, I just finished up Cosmic Fury. And sometimes I go back to it. I mean, in fact, I'm part of a little review roundtable as well. If you are a Patreon member, where we go back and review the old series. I think we're on Zio now, so it's definitely been interesting to go back and watch that.
Yeah. Your favorite part of the season?
It's gotta be Time Force.
Uh, do you collect stuff?
Oh yeah, I do collect stuff. I collect a bunch of the toys. Do I have one right here? Oh yeah, I have. This is part of the what you call it, the
Yeah.
Zeomorpher. Now, and I have a little bit of soft spot from Super Mega Force because that's actually how I got back into collecting all the all the state coupons it gave me. So it's like, hey, can't go
Yeah.
wrong with save some money.
Yeah. Do you read the comics the comic books of Power?
Not as much as I should probably. I mean, I read the comics on occasion, but there's with a bunch of comics, it's like
Uh,
just it's gotten to a point where it's like it's hard to really get back into them because there's so much to really read.
yes.
So on occasion I read them, but it's just really hard to get into comics sometimes.
Yes. So besides that, do you have anything that you're working on?
Some things I can say, some things I can't. I can say that I'm working on a bunch of projects for my own channel, Blue Hawk Audio Works. Um, and we keep things pretty low key on there at the time. We're kind of a bit of a hiatus at the moment, mainly because I haven't been working on a lot of the things there, editing and all that. But it's pretty cool. I've been doing that for almost as long as I've been doing Power Rangers. It's mainly Sonic stuff. Ryan voiced Sonic himself and his movie variant. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of fun there. I have a couple comic dubs coming out soon. I am working on my own like long form audio drama. I can't say much at the moment.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be a bit different than some of the other audio dramas you've seen. It's as of right now it's supposed to be set in the same universe as Power Rangers the audio drama, but you're gonna be surprised what it is when it finally comes out and when I'm finally able to talk about it.
do you keep about the Power news that been going on the internet?
Oh, do I hear a lot about Power Rangers news?
Yeah, do you read it? Do you read the news that they
Uh,
they do the
yeah. I
article?
mean, when I when I come out when I hear about it, I sometimes actually write about it. I write for Culture Slate, and sometimes when I get a chance to, I write about what's going on in Rangers, a bunch of things. But yeah, I try to keep up, but there's a lot of stuff going on that it's just there's rumors and all that type of stuff that it's kind of hard to pin down what exactly is fact.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite superhero?
Uh, let's see. There's a bunch of them. I mean, I'm not that big into superheroes. I like Batman and Robin. Right now, my favorite superhero would be Alexander Ovechkin of Washington Capitals, even though I know he doesn't really count, he's a real guy, but, oh my gosh. Um, he, uh, he's been slacking recently, but, if you looked at some of his stuff in his prime, oh my gosh, like he once scored a goal just as he was sliding towards the net. So that was pretty impressive.
Uh, so do you have a favorite movie?
Oh my gosh. Think the Back to Future trilogy is probably among my favorites. I love Help, the Beatles film. Hard Day's Night's really good. Celebrating 60th anniversary this year, so I'm probably gonna have to watch it or do something for it soon. So it, I like a bunch of movies. My favorite, right now, I'd have to say probably probably Back to Future trilogy. I haven't
Yeah.
watched in a while, but it still has a lot of good memories for me.
Do you do you do Comic Cons?
I attend Comic Cons. If that's what you're asking. I haven't been invited as a guest. I've done press for Comic Cons though, so I've done a little bit of that. As well. I've take pictures of cosplays. I get it. Do interviews like this with other actors. In fact, I just did some interviews recently with Rick Bailey and Aaron Fechter of the Rockfire Explosions. Those were pretty fun. Aaron's actually went on for 2 hours, so I had lots to ask him, and it was very illuminating what he had to say about his work and how he still continues on it today and what his upcoming stuff is.
Yeah.
So, and Rick Bailey was also a good time. Not as long because we're able to get so much done. I had asked him all I wanted to ask, but it was just that was real fun. So when I get a chance to do something like that, it's real fun and it's really just a good way to get into the mind of these guys, you know?
Do, do people reach out for interviews? Do people ask you for it?
Sorry, what?
Do people ask you for interviews? Do people reach out to you for?
Not as often as you think. I'm more one asking for interviews. But on occasion I'll do an interview. I did an interview as part of our Patreon as well that really kind of got us got really into my head and all that and really got just was really illuminating and it's fun to be interviewed because because you get to share a side of yourself you don't often get to share, it's your personal side. Like, Billy Cranston, the character, but you don't really know the actor behind him that well. I mean, don't know the guy who will skip barbershop chorus rehearsals to watch his team lose in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You don't know the guy will who scares people for a living at a theme park. You just know Billy Cranston, Triceratops.
So besides that, are you a Ninja Turtles fan?
A little bit. I mean, I grew up with the franchise, but I'm not as big of a Ninja Turtles fan as I am other things. But I recognize the importance of it. I recognize that it's a huge franchise, so I try to casually keep up with what's going on there. But like with a lot of things, it's so hard to keep up with.
Yeah. Do you have your own YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. So I have two. Well, a lot of, but the main three right now are one is under my name. Connor Terrell, Connor Terrell. You can probably see it on the thing there. I and also I mentioned before I run Blue Hawk Audio Works. That's again my other platform that I use to do like comic dubs, audio dramas, stuff like that. Then I have this other channel that is kind of dormant right now because we're on hiatus, like an official hiatus. It's called Blue Blur Crew, which is kind of like a talk show, podcast type thing. Where I get a bunch of people in character, just talk about things as Sonic characters. And of course, I play Sonic on that, and I also play myself, Tech Guy, who's basically takes a brunt of all the jokes. And we're on hiatus right now. It's going to be a complete format shift. It used to be called Sonic Dream Team before Sega came out with a game called Sonic Dream Team. So we decided to get better search results, and to make sure that everything is leading to us. We changed the name of the song to Blue Blur Crew, and that's it's kind of on hiatus right now. But we plan to be up probably sometime in September, maybe. We'll see what happens, my work schedule and all that.
So do you have a favorite YouTuber there?
Uh, right now, I have a bunch of favorite YouTubers. Right now, the one that really comes to mind, I really like seeing his content a lot, is Lazy Game Reviews. Clint, he is awesome. He's just the everyman, just trying to figure out all this old retro computer tech, all that type of stuff, and just it's really cool just going back and looking at some of that stuff, and just his brand of humor as well kind of adds to it. So, but that's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, so you have been to a Comic Con, you said?
I've been to several Comic Cons, and the most recent one I went to was GalaxyCon here in Richmond. Um, that was a lot of fun. Not fun for my wallet, but I got me a bunch of cool cosplayers, got some cool autographs. Not a lot of merch like it would in previous cons,
Yeah.
but got a bunch of autographs. Even got a tape signed by Steve Burns of Blues Clues fame. So that was pretty cool.
Did you meet any, was there any college actor that you met?
I At that one I met in passing Johnny on Bosch, but I have met several other actors in the past. I actually met before he passed. I met Jason David Frank 3 times. I actually even took a karate class with him at Wizard World. But he was he was a nice guy. It was really fun just getting to hang out with him, especially in his little private VIP thing. Besides that, I have met David Yost, my counterpart, and it's pretty funny. I You meet ranger actors in all sorts of places. I'm I mean, I'm not gonna say who, but I did encounter a ranger actor at an audition recently. Again, I'm not gonna say who. I want to respect his privacy, but it's it was really a shock to see them there. So it's
Mm.
but yeah, I've met Karen Ashley, the actress behind Tanya. I can't remember her name at the moment.
Nakia
Met
Breeze.
Yeah, Nikira Burris. Yeah, Bernice. Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
Um, I met I I met Walter Jones. I've met Austin St. John. Both those, it was kind of funny how I'm where I met them. I I know Austin St. John I met at a convention that happened at Variation Raceway, but if I'm remembering correctly, and my memory isn't foggy, I actually did meet Walter Jones at a convention that was happening at my college. It was the same convention, but they just decided that year to do it at my college. So that was cool. Just seeing all these celebrities there at where I would normally go to just chill.
yeah,
So it's like at conventions you go like to convention centers, and often you don't go to those places outside of conventions. But here it's like no, this is the VCU Commons. I go here to get Pizza Hut.
yeah,
I go here to meet my friends. Now I'm going here to meet a Power Ranger dressed up as Paul McCartney from Sergeant Pepper.
yeah.
So it's so that was a cool experience. And
You have a favorite web college?
not really. I don't really follow webcomics that much. I mean, I come across a bunch of comics online, and those more offhand like comic strips, one shot comic strips, excuse me. Um, just look at some of that and I like some of those artists behind it, like Lucia. She has a bunch of cool movie Sonic stuff. Um, but other than that, I don't really have a favorite web comic. It's just not something that I've really been that into. What else you want to ask me? You want to ask me about the process behind the show, how I get into characters, something like that.
How did you get into character like voice acting?
So you want to like did I get into voice acting like in general?
Yes.
Okay, so I started acting way back in 2001 or two. I can't remember which, but I was around 5 or 6 years old, and I started acting then, doing taking a bunch of classes, and then around 2012, I started really looking more towards doing voice acting while still doing stuff on stage through like local theater groups, all that type of stuff. And in so I started pursuing that for a little bit. First thing I did actually was like a really crappy fan dub of Sonic X. It was just me doing all the roles. It wasn't that good. I'm glad it's gone. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's other stuff came and went. I really started pursuing it a little more seriously in 2018. That's when I decided to start treating it more like a career. So so how I got involved in Power Rangers, I saw an audition notice on one of the Facebook groups I'm on. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I didn't think I'd get in.
Yeah.
I think I auditioned for like almost everybody that I could. I think I even auditioned for Jason. I can't even remember seeing things with Tommy, but if I had, I would have. Um, Billy, I just for Alpha. I think I even auditioned for Zordon, the narrator, Goldar, and Babu.
Yeah,
At the time, the only ones got cast as, or well, the only one really got cast as was Billy. But then later on, I'll come back and be Babu. Well,
yeah,
he got me to be Babu, but then he got someone else to be Babu, and then got me to be Babu again.
yeah,
So then later on, I got cast as Bulk and just some odd characters as well. But it was Billy was always my main one there. So also around that time, I started doing audiobooks. Haven't done much with that at this time. I want to get back into that, but it's fun. And then I got signed to an agency, and I got a couple of things through them. Well, audition wise, but then I got one gig booked through them. It was just a local lottery commercial. So so I mean, it's voice acting is something that it's like it's an extension of what I wanted to do pretty much all my life was be an entertainer or really be quote unquote famous. But I love entertaining, I love performing, and I love just portraying characters like Billy, and I really see these characters as extensions of myself. So if
yeah,
Billy, I see him as more of my like closer to me, like this just shy, nerdy guy that I can sometimes be.
yeah.
Um, but it's real fun just get in the closet, um, record some stuff, and just hope it gets seen by a bunch of people.
Yeah. So, so you actually follow some popular actors on Facebook?
Eh, Um, I ask my friends with actors on Facebook. Well, yeah, we're all friends on Facebook with a cast, but I'm also friends with a couple of big quote unquote big names like Mike Pollock, Larry Kenny, voice of Lino, um, and of course I actually friends with some of the Rangers as well. I'm trying to think. Alan Palmer, I'm friends with. Someone else. Can't remember now. But yeah, it's really really crazy. Just seeing how many people you have in common, but it's also just really crazy to see like, oh, I'm on this project. And who else is on this project? What I'm on this project with this guy. What if he's done this? So you never know. It's a real small world in VO world.
Yeah. So, do you do you have a favorite thing that you do for fun?
I like watching hockey. I like playing hockey video games or just video games in general. But right now it has been all about hockey. Because it is Stanley Cup playoffs. Go Caps. Um, it's but yeah. Besides that, watching TV, watching anime, um, all the type of stuff.
That's really all the questions I have. Do you have anything
Well,
that do you have
oh, go
anything that
ahead.
you like? Do you have anything that you like to talk about?
Um, have you been enjoying the show?
Like watching your audio drama series?
Yeah,
Or
have you been enjoying the audio drama?
I've been watching it on
Good. If
YouTube.
you've been liking it, if you like what we're doing,
Yes.
It's good. That's good because we do it as much for ourselves as we do for fans. So it's nice to hear that you guys are continue watching, continue tuning in. We're getting towards the tail end of a Mighty Morphin era, so hopefully you stick with us even as we go towards Zeo
Yeah,
or even beyond. So it's it's great that you stuck with us for this long, and it's just awesome to have fans like you.
yes. It was nice interviewing you.
It was nice talking to you, Nick.
Have a nice day.
You too. Take care.
Same.